Somebody cut that racket off.
Sounds like a bass guitar.
Trying to get my book learnings done.
Yeah. Does that mean there's a new Tool coming out?
No. That'd be
not even
great.
close. Not even close. However, there is a very specific reason we're playing that for the walk-in today, which we're going to get to a little later.
Yeah, we had a baby.
All right. We'll fucking get to that now, just because that was creepy as hell.
Sorry,
right.
dude. Didn't mean to make things weird.
New gear for the meadery, and that is ended up picking up a Yamaha bass earlier. Well, ordered it last week. We'd alluded to it, kind of hinted around last week. Came in yesterday. As a result, my shoulder and all of my fingers are now fucking feeling the effects. So
yeah, dude. That thing, it's not as heavy as most bass guitars are, but that's still pretty good size, especially if you played it. How long did you play it for yesterday?
3.5 hours.
That'll do it. Just carrying around a small person, basically, and diddling it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, as if you were in the clergy in Pennsylvania, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
See, we're all about topical humor.
What is this, the 90s? I thought we rooted you people out.
Didn't we get past this shit?
And R. Kelly back to doing fucking horrible acts. So, I mean, it is. It's the 90s. The 90s are coming back.
Hey, I got a random question to drop on you. Who's your favorite not musician? Who's your favorite magician?
My favorite magician?
Yeah. Do you have one?
Fucking Merlin. How do you like that shit?
Okay, I didn't say wizard.
All right. Man, do I even have one? That's the question.
Actually, that's how I was going to phrase the question. But I assume everyone has a favorite magician.
Copperfield, he's a dick. And that what the hell? The
Chris Angel?
Chris Angel.
The mind freak?
Yeah. No, I could do without his shit, too.
Well, that Jersey accent. That Jersey, New York weird hybrid
his
accent
whole, like,
puts me off.
yeah, but and he sits back and observes his, like, shit, like, everything. He's got to give that little nod of approval, like, yeah, I did that.
I'm great.
Yeah.
What about David Blaine?
Fuck that guy. The guy that likes to freeze himself and all this other nonsense for
that street magic
folks.
shit he did was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying it's not. And I'm not saying any of these people don't have cool tricks. They fucking all do.
They're just assholes.
They're assholes is what it is. Yeah.
I like Penn and Teller.
It is an Oh, you know what? I forgot about those guys actually being in that discussion.
Yeah.
No, I'm down with Penn and Teller. Why? What's going on?
I don't know. I was watching some Penn and Teller things on YouTube. I went down a hell of a rabbit hole the other night and just watched like 3 Penn and Teller TV specials in a row.
I was sitting back like, surely you're going somewhere with this. Little did I know.
No, legit random question.
No, really not.
Yeah, just wanted to know if you had a favorite magician and who it was.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and do you one better then. Favorite Stone, favorite Beatle?
I don't have a favorite Stone because I don't like the Rolling Stones. If I had to pick...
I'm out. I'm done. The podcast is over for the week. All right.
I think the greatest thing they ever did was be in the music video for Love for the Beatles. All you need is love. It's the greatest thing they've ever done.
Wow, you are definitely one of these because everybody always says you're either a Beatles fan or a Stones fan.
Yeah.
You're that.
I like Mick Jagger in Free Jack, that movie with Emilio Estevez.
Right.
He was good in that. He wasn't great, but he was certainly serviceable.
I do worry about the world that we're going to leave for old Keith.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Keith is way too rock star for me to even be a fan.
Keith Richards, really?
Yeah.
That guy's so low key. He's like a Ramone.
I know.
He could be an honorary Ramone.
Yeah, but he's so... I mean, he's a gunslinger. I'm not doubting his talent or nothing, but I don't dig. And I prefer Mick Jagger outside of music or doing music with David Bowie.
Yeah. Or,
who's the bass player of the Stones?
The current one?
Or the founder. The most notable bass player of the Stones.
Let's see, this is where we get into because I was really looking for Mick or Keith.
Yeah.
So now you're kind of hitting me with the fucking because we all know who the drummer is, but god damn it.
Favorite far as favorite Beatle goes, I would have to go with talking just overall like enjoyable human being, probably like John Lennon before he got all hippied out.
Before he met Yoko?
John Lennon pre-Yoko.
Yeah, okay.
And, like, far as musicality, man, fucking Paul McCartney is one of the greatest singers ever.
Well, out of the remaining... But
yeah, I'll pick the bass player of the Rolling Stones as my favorite.
Charlie Wyman.
Good man.
Go. Yeah. See, because the problem that I'd had where we're concerned with the Beatles is, and this is going to set up a rant, presumably on your part. The reason I ask is who is your favorite, because among the living ones right now, Ringo Starr is my favorite now. Yesterday, it would have been Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Not living, George Harrison, obviously.
Right. Oh, yeah.
George Harrison, one of the best fucking guitar players of all time.
Absolutely.
There's some rant-worthy material here. But Paul McCartney doesn't do metal, so I'm not saving it for the metal segment.
Yeah, that's true. It's just music in general.
He apparently put out a new record 2 days ago, right?
I don't know if the record itself is out yet, but he has put out several singles for it.
Well, that's true. Okay, singles dropped 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Two singles, 2 days.
Can't remember the name of that first one we heard.
Don't I
Fuck
Know?
Ya?
Is that what it is?
Oh, no, that was the first one. Yeah, he wrote the song's called For You. F-U-H-U.
For
You.
For you. But you watch the video, and they're clearly censoring him saying "fuck you." I mean, which is okay. It's all cool in the gang because, I mean, frankly, there have been various artists that songs that included that in the title.
Yeah, it's a horrible song. It's really bad, and I never thought I'd say that about any Paul McCartney song.
Yeah.
And that one's Bad.
Right. Well, I mean, Dave Windorf from Monster Magnet put out Mindfucker here about like 4 months ago. I thought, well done, sir. Paul McCartney puts out You, and we know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, at least have the balls to go ahead and grab it for what it is, right?
And do you want a 70-plus-year-old Beatle singing to you about fucking?
Do you want anybody in their 70s singing about fucking?
If Barry White was still alive.
I was going to say, there are a couple of exceptions.
Yeah, they're primarily black R&B singers.
Yeah. I think those are, yeah. And usually, more or less, you're going to probably get a complaint about it more than anything.
Because, I mean, like the old standbys like Tony Bennett, they can sing about fucking, but they're not going to outright talk about it.
I was going to say, who's the Velvet Fog that was always showing up on like TV back in the 90s, Seinfeld and shit like that?
Oh,
Mel Torme.
Mel Torme, yeah.
Night Court. Yeah, that guy.
Night Court, yeah, that's where he primarily...
If you're going to do a lot of scat and shit like that, you got to be in your 70s, and it can't really be straight up about fucking, but...
Right.
You got
to insinuate. Yeah, you got to insinuate the fucking. Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, really, Dean Martin was like the last guy.
Right. Yeah, fucking A. He wrote all those songs while he was fucking.
That's right. Probably. Unlikely it's not. Manky bastard. But shit almighty. Hey, it's a Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. Thanks for joining us here on another Friday. Episode number, what, 90?
I do believe we're 90.
Good Lord, our episodes can now fall down, break a hip, and not be able to ever get back up again. You
could watch you could listen to an episode every day and like be good for 3 months now.
You can listen to an episode every day for a quarter.
God, we should start charging for this shit.
Well, yeah, and then our views go down from like 12 down to like 5.
I know. I think 25 cents for a lifetime membership is pretty agreeable. Just want to feel like we got paid,
I will say this, is that it really, really helped out by last week calling for you folks to give us thumbs downs. Most of you ignored that shit. I mean, that's okay. We're used to that.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot.
But it certainly did get us a fuckload more views.
Yeah.
And maybe a big hello to the Clovis Metal Society.
They changed their name. It's a club formed by our one and only Ruben Gonzalez. And, chock full of local people talking about various metal topics. Not bad.
You local folks hanging out and joining us on this podcast, thanks to you.
Yeah.
Thanks to yous.
Thanking yous.
We'll get to the metal stuff coming up here in a little while. We always start off with the topic of, how's your week? That
was the most energetic one ever.
I know. That's it. I'm spent. I'm done. I'll check in with
you
next week.
I'll take it all from here. Get ready for a 50-minute dive into the center of my mind.
Oh, fuck that. All right, I'll stick around.
Yeah, you want to stick around for that.
Anything fun? Any fun and games this week, Trixie?
Never anything fun. Have I ever told you a story of something fun at my job?
Well, they usually work out being funny.
Yeah, fun for others. Fun for others.
Right?
No fun, but certainly enough goings on to, make me want to put a shotgun in my mouth with my toe on the trigger.
Ooh. Okay. So it's been one of those good weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got an extra day this week because one of our
day off.
No, day in.
Oh, day on.
Day in.
Okay.
A little Dante from Clerks type
Now
situation.
you're supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And you have no Randall on your job. So.
No. Yeah. I have no quirky second to like bounce shit off of. I just have to do it myself. It's kind of a little bit of a scary thought, especially at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Topic number 1. I think the hotel was filled with whores.
Horrors.
Like professional
like scary
whores.
Oh, prostitutes.
Whores, yes.
Ladies of the night.
Yeah.
Those work in the oldest profession besides politics.
Right.
Which of the two are very similar.
You don't see a lot of people come into my humble establishment wearing like belly shirts with bras sticking out, yoga pants and whatnot.
Well, hold on. The university's getting ready to get back in, right?
Yeah, but they ain't staying there.
No, that's true.
And none of these fine alleged ladies of the evening I had the pleasure of chatting with seemed like they had a borderline elementary school education.
So whores. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Whores.
Right.
So
that sounds like the makings of a good week.
Yeah, and actually that story will return at the end of what I got here.
You mean something bad can come out of hanging around with prostitutes?
So, well, not necessarily bad, just the strange experience of it all.
Oh, okay.
I insulted a Canadian man from Canada.
Call him a fucking Canadian because that usually works.
Well, you peace-loving Canadian bastard, you. No, I
offer him some freedom fries. Well, that's French. Never mind.
That's French. Yeah, fuck that.
French Canadian, man.
So, when you work in hospitality, you have to treat people with a certain amount of respect, whether they deserve it or not.
Which, as history has shown, it's rare that it's deserved.
It's 50-50.
That's what I mean by rare. That's
yeah.
Right, 50-50, rare? Yeah.
I mean, if everyone stopped being assholes, they'd be a far more bigger number. So
then that's when I would start to complain. But yes, yeah, you got me. Yeah.
So I will treat these people like sir, ma'am, all that horse shit. But if you seem like you're a loose individual that you don't give a shit about that,
like a prostitute.
you mean
like a
loose
whore individual? Yes, okay.
You can. I'll chat with you kind of normal. Like I'd talk to you, minus all the fucks and shits and
I take that kind of as a compliment, sort of. A backhanded one at that, but yes, thank you, sir.
Well,
may I have another?
There's not a lot of other people that enjoy my conversation outside of who's at this table.
I can see why. Yes,
exactly. That's why we're at episode 90. So I'm going through. I'm like, oh, so Canada, huh? Asking about that. Found out he was a truck driver. Had like a little Mennonite-looking wife and child.
Well, which we got a lot of those around here.
Yeah, I guess it's and he
a lot of them in Mexico.
He said he was a truck driver. He
Wow.
drove a truck in Alberta. Eh?
Oh, so he's like a hurting Albertan.
Yeah, there you go. From I don't know if it was Calgary or not.
Probably. There's like 2 population centers that make up like 80% of the population.
Yeah.
It's Edmonton and Calgary. You got Lethbridge, which takes care of the other 15%. So you got like 5% of the rest of Alberta is just a bunch of bullshit little bedroom communities. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can go fuck yourself right now because I know somebody from Calgary is going to say, well, really, you don't have your facts straight, eh?
Bret Hart is going to phone in and give us a lot of grief.
That's all right. He can bring it because isn't he like 60 now or something like that?
Yeah, like either that or close to it, and he's had a stroke.
So yeah, bring it, Brett. You can bring your shit.
Best there is, best was, best ever will be my ass.
You and Owen can load up, come down to. Oh wait, little soon on that one.
I don't know. I think for wrestling fans, that one will always be too soon. So anyway, going back to
I'm sorry,
this
I derailed
Canadian
it,
man. Yeah, went to wrestling. So afterwards, I give him his key, let him know when checkout is, let him know when breakfast is. I say, have a good night, bud.
You called him Bud.
I said, Bud.
Like off of like Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, like Nova Scotian Bud.
Yeah, okay.
And it's just kind of something, I don't know I'm doing it.
It's just the whole thing you assume all Canadians call each other Bud, like
well,
they do at Trailer Parks
and
Halifax.
I call everybody Bud. It's just, it's with my flow.
You've adapted.
Have a good night,
though.
Bud.
You didn't used to.
I didn't always, but with people I don't know in the professional, it just, I don't know, it's just easier to throw out there.
Yeah.
Instead of man or dude,
Yeah. Well, man or dude.
Or guy.
Probably, yeah. Or you.
They got like on South Park, they got buddy, they got guy, and they got friend.
Well, you understand, it's 2018. My dude is the thing to say now. So, even if it's a woman, oddly.
I'm glad it's coming back. That's great. So this guy turns around and has a look on his face like I just told him to go fuck his mother.
Oh, well, and being from Alberta.
Yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea about that. I had no idea about the West Coast, East Coast rivalry in Canada.
They're like Montana North.
Shit.
Yeah.
So he gets pissed and comes back and thinks I've slighted him by using Canadian terminology when I'm clearly not Canadian.
So what? Did he challenge you to like? What do Canadians?
No,
do when
he
they're mad?
almost went like Joe Pesci on me.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like, was that supposed to be funny? That type of shit, you know?
Okay.
And so finally I was like, look, clearly I offended you. Apologize for that. $15 off the room, and, you know, either that or I can understand why you wouldn't want to stay. And
did you do him a favor and say, by the way, the word for Spanish for friend is pendejo? Because
it means my really good friend.
That's right. You should have passed that along, because that would have been awesome.
Yeah, anytime I get
because then he would have offended somebody else. Like, hey, motherfucker.
Yeah,
don't you
but
know
around
what
here
pendejo
he
means?
might have been killed.
Well, that's I know, but what's
I
a
mean,
Canadian?
Cheech and Chong were able to run into the front yard of a Mexican family, and Chong started yelling, "Hey, pendecos, how you doing?" And Cheech, no, don't say pendecos, man.
No. Well, you've brought it entirely full circle here between Cheech and Chong reference and odd Trailer Park Boys references, and
there's a lot of them in here.
a lot of moving parts on this show already.
So, but he was fine after that. No, of course I had to apologize.
After you knocked some money off.
Oh fuck yeah! That hey, money greases wheels, man.
Was he Irish Canadian? I mean, that's
he's an asshole.
Okay, well,
asshole.
Apparently, no arguing
He's
that.
no buddy of mine, friend.
So he was one of the prostitutes you're talking about? Is that the?
He's probably a mouth prostitute.
Yeah. All right.
But,
work at a glory hole somewhere outside of Lethbridge.
So here's where everything got really interesting. It was on the day then I wasn't supposed to be in.
Oh, you're Dante Day.
God damn it, girls got to go to band camp. So call the guy that, the guy. I'm the guy.
Do you think the American Pie series is accurate on what happens at band camp?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
maybe.
people are weird.
Bunch of nerds fucking each other and doing weird stuff with instruments and weird orifices.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I'm sure they've done stranger things in their home with friends.
Probably. Band people are a little freaky.
They're
like rock stars without the musician quality.
Yeah. And this was the girl.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. They're fucking great musicians.
And this was the girl. If you remember, I told the story about that came in and she was on the ground after having a seizure.
Okay.
It was this girl, like going off on band camp vacay. No, she was just going on band camp.
Okay.
It was the same gal.
I was like, how is she working her way into the show twice? But okay, that makes sense. All right.
So I had to come in Wednesday night, and fuck it, why not?
There we go. Beer. There you go. Beer up, cowboy.
So, so when I get into work Wednesday night, I notice that there are like a whole bunch of whores everywhere. I mean, like a half dozen whores.
Alleged. Right?
Alleged. Fuck that.
Alleged whores.
Nope. I'm calling them whores, and then we'll go to court, and I'll bring in the proof of whores. And then, okay, so I'm working, trying to do my thing, noticing all these strange women. I'll call them strange women from here.
A little strange. You can call them a little strange. That's
and so I'm hanging out and getting my evening ready to fucking get into the darker hours of the night.
Oh, God. I thought that was going to go 8 different ways in one sentence. Okay.
See, I can keep it on point. I notice on the security cameras this Mexican dude. And I'm talking a legitimate Mexican man.
You mean a Hispanic American?
Yeah, no, I'm talking like
a cholo
from Chihuahua.
Like
I'm talking
like with his cowboy hat all bent up like a taco,
rolled up like that asshole Toby Keith.
Okay.
The shirt buttoned down to like right above the belly button.
Well, because you got to allow some room to maneuver. Yeah.
And like rocking some probably $800 boots.
Like the ones that kill cockroaches in corners.
They weren't like ridiculous like the.
I know we've
like
just
skis.
lost like 15 fucking friends from Clovis on this one thing. All right.
I don't run into a lot of people that look like this, so I doubt a lot of people listen to that.
But you mean
show.
a legit guy from Chihuahua?
Yeah.
Frontier Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like legit Mexican man.
Okay.
Comes down to the desk.
Not a racial indictment.
No, just a legit dude from Mexico.
Good.
Not a Mexican, a man from Mexico, like my buddy Ruben. So he comes down to the desk with two of these women that I've seen roaming around the parking lot, smoking cigarettes and talking on their cell phones.
The hooers.
Now I'm talking early 20s white girls.
Okay.
So you see this group of people in my lobby, and things start firing off in my brain. Like,
were they wearing like fishnet and shit? Or?
One was wearing a wife beater and shorts with sandals, and she also had the Cadillac emblem tattooed on her back with Cadillac underneath it. In case you didn't know, that was the Cadillac emblem. That's a hell of a target space for a back, if you know what I mean.
I need to research my whores because that doesn't sound like
the game has changed.
Yeah, apparently.
So this gentleman comes down to pay for another night. So I was like, oh, okay. So clearly there's
So he's paying for a room for these two young ladies.
No, it's a package deal. The room's in his name.
So it's his room.
So he's responsible for it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so he pays cash, and he demands a receipt. Doesn't ask for one. He demands one. He's like, I want a receipt.
Well, IRS.
Could I get a receipt? No, it wasn't for that because...
Well, he might itemize. It might be required.
But see, the thing is, we don't post room charges until about 3:30 in the morning. So there's nothing on the receipt except showing he paid us cash.
You're one of these asshole hotels like shove that shit under the door at like 5
fuck
a.m.
no, I just print
wake
it.
Everybody up.
Either you want a receipt and you'll come get it, or you don't want it and you just bail.
Why does that sound like a better arrangement than that shit that I deal with in Albuquerque all
because
the time?
It is.
Yeah.
So I print him out his receipt, and they go off back to their room. And then about 20 minutes later, I see this guy get in his vehicle and bail.
So
it was like 2:30 in the morning.
So he's not staying. He's just up and for another night and then leaves.
Either that or he concluded his business and he was like, I'll buy you gals another night. Something like that.
Oh, wow.
Would be my guess.
I guess gals got to do what a gal's got to do, huh?
Then another 20 minutes later, the Cadillac emblem comes down to my lobby again.
Now, you said she has a Cadillac emblem tattooed. What? Where?
Tattooed right, not upper back or lower back, right in the middle of her back.
Like not a tramp stamp, not a cool thing across the shoulder, in the middle of the back.
I believe the technical term is stupid fucking tattoo.
Yeah. What was she wearing? You saw this?
Wife beater. But like a girl wife beater, so it showed a little more back.
Okay.
Either that or she was wearing it backwards. I don't know.
Might have been wearing it backwards. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So a Cadillac emblem with the word. Now, was it all stylized like Cadillac?
Yeah, just like on the vehicle.
It wasn't like misspelled or anything.
I'm surprised it didn't say Escalade or something.
Like no regrets or anything like that.
No regrets. Oh, God, I don't know why that struck me funny. That wasn't funny, but God damn it made me laugh. So, yeah, she comes down, and one asks me how much ravioli is, which is $2. We carry ravioli.
Oh, like the little
microwavable tins of them, you know?
Right.
Just for a little convenient snack.
You guys have microwaves in your rooms?
Yeah.
Man, you're not as much of a flop house as I thought.
Flat screens, microwaves, and mini fridges, motherfucker.
You got like prostitutes and shit, but yet you got microwaves.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Well, we got prostitutes, but the rooms are $100 a night, so you're clearly getting some high-end shit if you're paying already $100 for a room when a classic American Economy Inn is right down the road.
Yeah, because you can rent that bitch by the hour.
That's right. Probably get $20 and you're good to go. So after telling her the price is all snacks, she was inquiring about how to get a refund for the room. I was like, oh, okay.
The refund that the dude
that the guy just paid. And I was like, yeah, a refund can be done, but he's going to have to come down and get it. I can't refund you the money when you didn't give it to me.
Did she smell like...
I wasn't that close.
Okay, all right.
I was not close enough to recognize any strange smell of like used...
Like man ass?
Yeah. Or like odd cleaning astringent mixed with the sour scent of butthole.
Right. Like or peach body oil or anything. Okay.
Yeah. So I come to find out, and this is the highlight of the tale, these broads are from California. They're hitchhiking back to California. Ran into a local.
Well, there's your first problem.
Like, apparently they got dropped off in Portales by a driver. Found this Mexican dude. Came to the hotel. He was there for 3 hours, and then he vamoosed.
Okay.
And then the sun came up, and I fucking went home.
So, dude basically paid for them to have an extra night. But we don't know any other transaction that might have been there.
Well, yeah, and I left before probably things got any more interesting. And
I'm assuming he's probably a little happy with himself because he may not have been in a Cadillac before.
Yeah. Oh, man, I bet that lease, he might be paying that lease off longer than he thinks.
Well, we do have our local health clinic here.
That's true. Go to campus, go to Eastern.
Can you imagine working that gig?
That'd be terrible. Because everyone that comes through that door has some form of syphilis or herp.
Well, I was like, I got a runny nose and something wrong with the clapper.
Yeah, I got a runny nose, like a little indigestion, and my dick's on fire. Please don't deal with them in that order. Pick the important one first.
Oh Lord.
There was an Eddie Murphy.
So you had to deal with like two weird. I'm sorry about cutting you off, but so there were two, but yet you maintain there were a lot of workers that night.
Yeah, and they all in separate rooms. We get a lot of workers. So
well, apparently,
but none of them struck me as a type. They just kind of want to get out here, fucking get drunk, get up the next morning, go to work.
Dude, look out! You're gonna be like operating a cat house here pretty soon.
That'll be when
it's gonna be like the Gem Saloon in Deadwood over there.
Damn it! If only it was that cool. We don't have anyone capable of being anyone that cool in that show to fucking. Oh God, I hope the hotel doesn't turn into a whorehouse. I wouldn't want to be there after that. I mean, there's enough.
As long as you're not have to worry about the laundry,
enough
right?
Shady shit going on out there without adding whores to the pot.
That's true. The meth users and weirdness that is involved with that.
I know there's been legitimate drug deals go on in my hotel. I've seen a guy that I know was on probation for something bring a goddamn rifle into the hotel.
God.
But I had no way of fucking checking the camera because I didn't know the goddamn password because sometimes people are stupid at my job.
Yeah.
And I've seen it all. But you add whores to that pot, it's going to bubble over.
Well, that is definitely an addition of culture to one that you already have that exists.
I tell you, man. Now I'm tired.
Let me bitch about my week a moment. Well, I could
go to bed. I'm all hunched over.
I'm not going to bitch about my work stuff because, frankly, that's fucked up. Nobody cares. But number two is that it's just there's a lot of shit I can't really say. I'm kind of under.
How do you? I should let you go first. Wow, that's a fuzzy ass beard.
Yeah, Brandon.
I should go second. I should go second in storytelling.
Well,
not that my stories are better. It's just the content is a little more NC-17.
Well, now hold up. My week has not been without its own merits.
Oh yeah, no.
Now, granted,
the stage is yours, my friend.
Again, I mean, I send back thinking, well, how am I going to bitch about this? Because I don't want to talk about my job because I've got a relatively good job, I guess, in terms of most things. So it would be kind of ridiculous for me to bitch about it. So where do I start? Well, I start by my ability to operate around the public. Obviously, Curry County Fair is underway this week.
God damn, that's fucking fair time already.
Yeah, and then Roosevelt County Fair next week. So, by the way, next week's podcast is going to be up a lot later on Friday, thanks to that. But hey, that's okay. That's what I do.
Yeah, we're going to get it up.
I'm a clown, so that's.
You're a trained monkey.
But I will say this though, is that in my work environment, I had to stop into a convenience store very near the particular overpass on the south end of Clovis.
Oh, there's two.
Yeah, no, I don't go into that ghetto shit. It was so I go wandering into the Stripes. Yes, that's
that ghetto shit. That fucking Allsup's is scary, man.
That's the one where all the guns are pulled.
Exactly.
So I mean, if you work at an Allsup's,
because you're right there by the highway, you got 3 points of exit.
That shit's the Wild West out there. So anyway, I go into a Stripes. So and I'm picking up some shit I need. So I'm standing in a line at the front of the line. Well, actually, right outside the door is a BMW. It's one of these one of the high end with like an M3 or something like that.
A nice Beamer, damn.
Yeah. So that's parked out front and running. In the store, I grab what I need. I'm in a line behind a pretty attractive woman in her mid to late 30s, maybe. Is at the front with a box of Franzia. and she's buying that.
Was it chillable red?
Dude behind her, like an old wore out like cowboy type, as we have around here, and me, So anyway, so she's up there, and the clerk's like, you need another like 85 cents. And this woman digs in her bag, and it's like digging out change and everything else. And the clerk's trying to be nice, and like, that's your Beamer out there? She goes, yeah. And she digs out this change, pays for it in exact change. Okay, so all is right in the world. She grabs her box of Franzia. This fucking old cowboy guy in front of me goes, oh, maybe buy a cheaper car. And she picks up her shit and turns around and looks him right in the eye and says, go fuck yourself, and walks out.
Oh, nice. Hey, that's...
I thought, I don't know a lot of ladies that would have had that moxie. I applaud her. The hero of the week.
Trust me.
Chick right there.
Every woman I've ever met that drinks Franzia could probably beat you up in a fight.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a woman drink an entire box of Franzia.
We both have.
It's
real fun.
It's tight. It's tight. It's why I've gotten so good.
Fun in the late hours, in the early morning hours.
That's why my BJJ ground game came in handy.
Yeah.
To subdue.
Yeah, that's right. Jiu-jitsu is always good. All right. But anyway, so that's my goofy story for the week. So not as whimsical or involving prostitutes.
I'm closing the fucking door on my whimsical weekend. Oof. I'm here to burn out those particular brain cells with beer.
Yeah, well, that's the way to do it. We do have some whiskey that we've been sitting on forever.
Oh, yeah?
Because it's not very good. It's that Jack Daniel's rye.
Yeah.
That's what, and some of you might say, we haven't had you, like, you haven't had anybody sponsor your shit in a while. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's because we've had this Jack Daniel's rye.
I was either going to buy more beer or a bottle of Bullet.
A bottle of good rye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the best rye.
Oh, you're talking like Bullet.
Yeah. Bottle of Bullet.
This podcast brought to you by Bullet Rye Whiskey out of Lawrenceville, Indiana. We have none on hand right now, but if you'd like to change that, that'd be great.
Damn it.
On to the Mead, Metal, and MMA portion of the podcast here today. Mead.
Still drinking it.
Yeah, we did not crack that bottle we thought we were going to last week, and we might have to do that tonight. But
yeah,
bottle of Long Ships, which I know is going to be awesome. We have some Troublemaker that's awesome. We need to actually get the labels on the rest of them, but,
Right.
Not in a big old hurry because nobody's in a big hurry to buy them right now, although we're down to one left that's labeled.
And
then we have a case.
If I buy another one, then she's like, I don't give a fuck, there's a label on it. I'm going to drink it and put the bottle on my mantle.
Right.
I have like 30 bottles
I have no doubt.
Mead.
I have no doubt.
On something that used to house like a 60-inch TV.
So for those of you that go, hey, how green friendly is your company? I don't. Not much. I have Trek branded now. That's
I don't throw them away.
Yeah.
So I'm being good to the fucking earth. I'm making sure I'm preserving that shit.
So anyway, we're doing a boutique batch. We talked about it here the last couple of weeks for our friend Don at White Shadow Ranch. We know what we're going to be doing now. It's going to be a unique batch. We've not done one before, but I know it'll turn out just fine. It's going to probably utilize some pretty basic honey, pretty basic yeast, very specialized other ingredients beyond that.
Yeah,
so,
I'm excited. I'm excited for the beginning of that batch.
Yeah, and we'll and the good thing for Don is that we're going to photo log the whole thing, and so that way he can see the whole process from start to finish, kind of like with a weekly when it gets in secondary, it's not a weekly update's not necessary, but anyway, we'll.
Oh yeah, after when it's just time, there's no other update. Be like, it's still chilling.
It's doing what you want it to do.
It is incubating right now.
So if you have a marriage coming up, a death maybe,
or if you have a drinking problem,
right? If you are a full-on alcoholic and you really kind of want to personalize a batch, we can certainly help you out there. Or maybe even somebody graduating in May, because that'd be great. Because then you're looking at like 8 or 9 months of goodness. Compared to what the other horrible operation was for your other 9 months involving that kid.
Oh, not bad.
So anyway, but long story short, though, the Mead side is going strong. We don't have a batch underway right now because we're getting ready to start that boutique batch probably tomorrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be occupying the space.
Right.
And I think that's a good move because after that, when we're getting that going, So if we're doing this batch, which I don't want to mention what's going to go into it yet,
business, the individual client.
But are we still going to be doing Green Men as well?
Yeah, I think so. I believe we can probably. Yeah, let me give some thought to that. We'll probably start that September.
Okay.
I think. In which case we will, because that'd be the right time to utilize it, because then we can utilize actual fresh roasted green chili. Everybody always says that, hey, they appreciate it because they know the green chili's there. Well, this would be a very different batch because I'd probably go with a very light honey, some kind of like clover or something like that.
Right.
And then utilize what we have available right here in our local area in the last few, over the next few weeks while the green chili harvest is kind of still cranked up.
Yeah, totally.
So
it's looking to be a good closeout 2018 for the Mead Hall.
I think so. So we'll see what we can do. Definitely going to be involved in some green chili, though, in a batch coming your way soon. And if you need anything right now, we do still have long ships. We still have Troublemaker. We've got a couple of bottles from other lingering batches, from over the years. So
we got one that's becoming a grand mead almost.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close. You mean the Runestone?
That and the Holly King.
The Holly King is actually,
that's going to be 2 years old.
We're going to be at a 2-year mark here coming up in late November. So we have, and I thought we had like one left. We have like three or four.
Perfect.
So, so we'll sit on those. Those are going to be your $30 donations.
Yeah.
But what we have right now in Troublemaker and your long ships, about $20 donation for the band because we need it. Because as we move along to the next portion, to the metal side, we bought a bass guitar.
We got a bass, baby,
and which we did mention earlier. But
that's the baby.
But now that we are into the metal side of the podcast, because I guess we're done with the beat side, right?
Yeah, I think we did.
Metal side, we ended up picking up a bass, and the reason why we did is because we have tried everything on planet Earth, seemingly, to
like mimic the bass sound or replace it.
And we've been successful.
I'd say it's been serviceable, but not successful.
Yeah, I mean, we're not getting a punch.
Yeah,
what a bass guitar does, what a stringed instrument does, is give you punch.
Right.
Well, we haven't had that. We've had synth stuff, kind of trying to fill in some space. We've kind of tried to amp up some drum beats that we've got, but it's none of it works.
Yeah.
So, in order to be able to recreate the sound of a bass, we came up with a perfect solution, and that was to...
It's genius, too. It's genius.
To buy a bass.
Yeah, shit. I mean, I was like mind blown.
So with that, we already know what our first cover is going to be.
Which we've teased. I don't think we agreed on Steve Winwood, what?
I
believe I just said Steve Winwood White.
I think we've already agreed to move on to a... might be a band out of Southern California from the 70s, probably.
Yeah, and a band out of that same area may or may not have covered it as well.
Yeah, so if we're leaving you hanging, that's awesome.
Yeah, we should do that, man. Give out another little nugget next week.
Just start eschewing pubic hair to the public.
That's right.
Like
that's what
Roman
they want.
emperors.
Give the people what they want.
I don't know that the Roman emperors actually threw pubes at the public. But anyway, that's...
Freshly plucked
yes.
from the nethers.
From the hand of purple.
It was like snake venom. It just took a little bit.
All right, but anyway, we're going to be working on that. And it also opens the door for us to be able to get off our asses, our creative asses, and get to work on our...
totally.
Really, a lot of our original material kind of was incumbent on that tone. Got to have that. I mean, we're not trying to get a Justin Chamberlain kind of a sound.
Fuck no, we're just trying to get some bass back in. We're trying to get some low end going,
Yeah, and that's what's been lacking in a lot of the stuff we do. A lot of the stuff that we have, the better things that we ever did, are like acoustic little shits, or something that was very limited. I think we did our Cortez like right after I'd got the Les Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. But we need to be able to, if we're going to be able to crank out the things we're wanting to do, we have to be able to offer that to the public to be able to say, look, this is the shit we're actually doing. I don't know if we're going to go back and do Love Song or not. We have the ability to do so, and it certainly wouldn't hurt.
Man, well, shit, we have the track.
Right.
We have all the stems of the stuff. All we really need to do is plug it back into Audacity or Reaper.
And then do a GoFundMe to pick up like a bunch of stuff so we can have a golden sauna.
That would be awesome, dude.
By the way, I didn't say it this week, but Yari Menopause, go fuck yourself. Okay.
Yeah, I think we need to keep that streak alive. I think it's been a solid month almost.
Every week we'll just go ahead and tell that guy to go.
Yari Menopause is a cock smoking asshole.
That's right. Yeah. Who apparently has a lot more needs than most ladies.
Yes. Okay. He is a cum dumpster.
That's right.
Be sure to tune in next week for that.
I wonder if we get a thumbs down or not.
Can we top cum dumpster next week? I don't know. That's tough.
You know that egotistic fucking asshole's got somebody to listen to this podcast now to give us a thumbs down.
I tag Yari in every one.
There he is.
Even if he's on it or not.
Yeah.
Because if a fucking Winter Sun fan comes and listens to our shit and be like, oh, that one's cool. Oh, they're doing one about Yari. I want to listen to that.
Yeah.
Oh, these motherfuckers.
Yeah. That's right.
Which that's still our most thumbed down video episode ever.
Golden sauna, bitches. Golden sauna.
Right. You guys paid for it. I don't know why you're mad at us.
Yeah, that's right. We just deliver the message. Right.
Go fuck yourselves.
Other things going on in metal, which, by the way, not metal at all, but one of the greatest of all time, and that is Aretha Franklin. Passed away Wednesday.
That happened really quick, too. I don't know how long she was in hospice for, but we heard about it.
I'll tell you about Thursday, yesterday.
Yeah, we heard about it.
My week is fucking scrambled. So,
we heard about it like Monday or Tuesday, and then she was gone.
Well, I think actually at the end of last week that she was really having some bad health issues, and turns out they'd been around for a very long time.
And she had like pancreatic cancer?
I want to say it's something along those lines.
That'll deal you in.
But 74 is not a bad run, dude.
It isn't, especially if you've been one of the most successful lady singers of all time. I mean, come on.
For the uninitiated, and which means the dumb among you. Yeah.
Dumb among you. That's an album title right there.
You will recognize her from the Blues Brothers original one, not Blues Brothers 2000. If you're watching that piece of shit, there's something wrong with it.
Turn this off right now.
I would probably seek counseling. But yeah, she was obviously a sassy diner lady in that one, and it was a great role. But she did more for music probably in her lifetime than 50 musicians put together.
Sang America the Beautiful at WrestleMania 3.
Lord.
Detroit, Michigan, Pontiac Silverdome.
Well, hometown then.
70,000+ people coming in for a wrestling event.
Coming in to watch a bunch of fake fighting.
Coming in to well, it was when Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant. So it was huge. Now it's not
fake fighting, but okay.
Yeah, it's wrestling.
Wrestling. So it's not fake. Sorry, Brandon.
I don't think in this day and age you can call wrestling fake and expect anyone to be like, nuh-uh.
Well,
nuh-uh, dude.
But I feel it is my duty as the gatekeeper of knowledge to make sure that everyone is aware that shit's fake, right? You know this, right?
You know, there's another word for that. Asshole.
I know, but I embrace that. I embrace that completely. I'm fine with that. So enjoy your fake fighting. I'll just keep calling it like it is.
Come from a guy that gave me a book on how to be an asshole to ladies.
That is true. I would like more of my kind. Thank you.
That's right. Brent Hines. I'm always happy when I get to talk about Brent Hines.
Which is almost weekly now.
Yeah. Well, dude's always doing something. This time he's actually getting rid of a lot of his shit.
Like a garage sale?
He is cleaning out his guitars, which one I'm currently looking at right now is a fucking Paul Reed Smith. I didn't even know he had one of those. God damn.
Every fucking big guitar player's got a PRS.
That's true. But Brent Hines, it just looks like it's lost on him. You know what I mean? That guy just needs a Gibson and that's it.
Right. No. There are some guys who's like, wait a minute, isn't that a little effeminate for you, Mr. Tattoo?
Some of the things he's selling is a one-of-a-kind Robert Randolph custom Sierra 13-string pedal steel guitar.
Pedal steel.
That was used on Once More Around the Sun and Cold Dark Plays.
For a little of your country music you got out there, yeah?
Yeah. It's the very first pedal steel ever custom made by Randolph. And it was the very first 13-string pedal steel guitar ever made.
We have talked about a pedal steel guitar for 30 seconds on this podcast. I am stunned.
Well, hey, you got to cover the events, and you've just made it longer. He's also getting rid of a cream 81 Gibson Flying V.
Well, there you go. Now you're talking.
A First Stack Custom Shop Lola double neck electric guitar played on Crack the Sky.
I'm assuming all these are $10,000 and up.
A Hammond Colonnade full-size church organ. That when he started talking about it, he's like, man, I fucking love that organ. I don't think I want to sell it anymore. Black 2008 Gibson Flying V 67 reissue, and a Black Dean V79 Classic.
God, yeah, no, this shit's all like 6 to 10
Yeah,
grand.
that's going
and
top notch, because that dude doesn't play shit. You
Yeah.
know? That double neck Total Act might be the cheapest guitar of the whole bunch.
Probably just because nobody really plays a lot of double necks anymore, and why would you?
And that's a really weird brand to get a double neck in.
Yeah.
Anything else? Coheed and Cambria put out a new jam that I listened to today. Not bad.
Okay.
It's called The Gutter. It's continuation
Continue.
of the Amory Wars concept albums they've been doing for, the past 10 years. I always like it when a Coheed... I mean, it'll come out and I'll listen to it for a week and then I'm done.
Right.
Disturbed put out a new album.
Wow.
New album announcement. Sorry. New song with an album announcement behind
wow,
it.
that snuck up.
It is going to be called Evolution. Got a date of...
Let me guess. January?
October 19th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Put out a single, Are You Ready? Which
I'm going to have to check that out. Disturbed has kind of been a little off the radar for a while.
Yeah, you haven't heard that. You haven't heard the new shit yet, right? I won't talk about them because I want you to hear it without what I feel about it.
Okay.
You know, so that way you can go in totally unobstructed without...
Totally like uncircumcised. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Going in snuffleupagus status. And finally, birthdays today.
All right.
Belinda Carlisle, born 1958, of the Go-Go's. We got the beat. Walk like an Egyptian.
Was her solo career probably bigger than Go-Go's?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Footprints in the Sand or
The
whatever.
Go-Go's revival has gone pretty well from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still going, but when last I heard, it seemed like they were touring and
people
people were
have
showing
a
up.
lot of sympathy for rich white ladies, so.
Yeah. And you got to have sympathy, man. Gilby Clarke, born today, 1962, known for replacing Izzy Stradlin in Guns N' Roses.
Right, okay.
During the Use Your Illusion tour. Because, you know,
It's a good tour
everyone's happy in GNR.
It's a good tour to walk in on. Horrible act, but yes.
Yeah, right.
And Adler. Adler's doing a new tour, by the way. Do you know?
Steve Adler?
Yes.
God, I thought that dude was...
I thought he died. I really did.
I saw him on Celebrity Rehab, and then I never saw him again, so I thought he died like Mike Starr.
The dude's like on the Adler Eats Everything or something like that. I forget what the fucking tour name is, but yeah.
Adler Eats Everything?
It's something like that, yeah.
Adler Eats Adlerall.
But yeah, dude's on tour.
Hey,
the guy is barely able to do like a Rogan podcast, right?
He looks like Dave Mustaine if he had a stroke.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he really does.
Yeah.
And
But
he has the teeth thing going.
But he's on tour.
Just drumming.
Yeah, it's kind of a band of his design.
Like a
and
pseudo
I'm not,
super
you know,
group?
Fuck that. I was
No,
going to
no,
Google
fuck
and it's
that.
like, no,
Fuck
you know what?
that.
I don't care enough to even worry about it. But yeah, they, well, oh, that's Disturbed. But yeah, but Steven Adler, dude is still around and dude's like on tour again.
Right. Goddamn. Well, hey. That's
your
probably
bucket-
what's keeping him alive.
If he was your favorite dude out of GNR and your bucket list is to catch him live, I'd recommend pretty soon.
Yeah, like nowish. Outside of that, that's about all I got for metal.
Cool. MMA. Whoa, what a big card we have this weekend.
There is a card going on tonight. Bellator 204.
Okay.
The only reason I
give me
bring it
some
up,
Ryzen bullshit.
Yeah, right? If it was like ONE FC, I'd be like, oh, okay, they got a free app that can be pulled off rather easily. Bellator 204, and I'm only bringing it up for this one reason. There is a middleweight fight on the undercard.
Air quotes, okay.
Romero Cotton, whoever the fuck that guy is, came in at 185.4. He did his job.
All right, Cotton.
He
Good job, Cotton.
Good
Good job, Cotton.
He killed 50 men. He is fighting Willie Whitehead.
Willie Whitehead, who came in at
200.2 pounds.
Holy shit. That guy went, fuck this, I'm not cutting.
It's like, you know what's bullshit about fighting? Cutting weight, and I ain't going to do it anymore.
You know, I could try, but I'm going to come up short, so I'm going to keep eating these cheeseburgers.
It's got to be the worst middleweight weight cut blow of all time.
15
solid pounds.
Non-title fights, so 14, but it's still.
Yeah, it's 15 pounds.
Oh.
even if you have aspirations to be a middleweight fighter, you should always try to cut to 185.
You got to be like that Brazilian chick that the UFC's so big on at 115.
Mackenzie Dern?
Yeah. Because that's actually...
She should be fighting a featherweight.
She came in, if you're talking about aggregate, like as a proportion of a percentage of body weight, Mackenzie Dern still came in more than that guy.
Yeah, she came in at, half of what he blew. Yeah. But she's a tiny little lady.
She's trying to make 115. This dude's trying to make 185.
God damn, yeah. But probably the worst middleweight weight cut blow I've ever seen.
Ugh.
15
yeah, at that point,
pounds.
You're basically saying, well,
but it's
I'm
Bellator.
Ready to go at 205.
It's fucking Bellator, so the fight's still happening.
Well, of course it is.
I mean,
that's the circus.
If you want MMA picks this week, I'm going Willie Whitehead because apparently he didn't cut weight, so he's going to feel great today.
Apparently, if you don't have to, if you ignore the rules of the sport, I'm going to go ahead and be in favor of you. Like if if you walk into the octagon and you have a club and your opponent does not, I'm going with the guy with the club.
It's it's funny him blowing weight. That's the only fight on the card I actually want to watch now.
Yeah.
I want to see what a healthy guy that didn't cut weight looks like when he fights.
That's just you didn't do your job.
And I
Willie.
did, but yeah, that's really the only notable fight kind of thing. But I did want to bring something up because we didn't talk about it at all last week.
Okay.
Mighty Mouse getting beat. I have a theory.
Okay.
Outside of because he experienced some pretty gnarly injuries. The foot isn't broken, just kind of swole up, but he had a level 2 tear of his LCL. So it might not require surgery.
Right.
I think level 3 is when surgery, you got to have surgical intervention. But I have a theory on why he lost that fight, regardless of the injuries. He went into that fight just like Joanna went into the rematch with Rose, relying on leg kicks.
Right.
And which allowed Cejudo to kind of capitalize on everything else.
Yeah, well, because once you can make somebody one-dimensional, it's going to be your fight.
Yeah.
That's why always one-dimensional fighters suck because you can shut that down from the get-go.
Right. But I'm shocked that Mighty Mouse... I mean, the leg kick thing might have happened when he fucked his foot up, or because it was his left foot, I think, that he thought he broke.
Okay.
And that might also have been the leg they thought he blew his LCL out of.
Yeah.
But I think the leg kick heavy game plan, and it's not going to work if you're going to take it the distance.
Right. Mighty Mouse should have stuck with what he does best, and that's being Mighty Mouse and pulling off some crazy moves and being able to engage. His clinch shit looked great. The problem was he ended up having a judo guy that didn't want to have the clinch.
Yeah, and a guy that could take him down but not really do any damage on the ground.
But you have to recognize that. I mean, I really think that probably the dirty shit up against the cage, that's the way that Mighty Mouse should have went.
Right.
That's the way that fight should have went. By the way, breaking news, Jonathan Davis, lead singer of Korn.
I was reading that on Metal Injection's
estranged wife, Devin Davis, dead at 39. But, neither here nor there.
She's a porn star, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
She doesn't... Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, okay. So, all right.
I like that. I don't know. Well, now that it's here.
Yeah. Shit, let's go to picks. I want to get fucked up. It's Friday. Let's get this show on the road.
And and then one more quick thing I wanted to mention in the
Mighty
MMA
Mouse
thing.
Okay.
Well, no, Mighty Mouse thing I'm done with. I am so glad to see what TJ Dillashaw did to Cody Garbrandt. I'm so glad that's over now, and fucking Dillashaw can go be the baddest bantamweight there ever was.
Yeah, the promotion doesn't like him, so usually they make it really rough on him. He beat Renan Barão and made him give him a rematch like 2 months, 2.5 months, something like that after. I was like, really? All right, fine. And then he goes, and then Renan Barão screws that up. They throw Joe Soto at him last minute, a guy that knows every move that TJ Dillashaw has.
Training partner.
Yeah, and TJ pulls off a split decision. Or actually, I don't even think it was a split, but I think it was definitely a decision.
It was unanimous, but it wasn't filled with the fireworks that the
people are
Barão
like,
fight had.
And that was it. And Dana was like, "See, that's your bantamweight champ." Well, go fuck yourself, Dana. But then they throw a couple of more logs on the fire, like Benavidez and people like that.
Well, he fought when he had the belt. He fought Soto, and then he fought Barão again, and then he fought Dominic. And that's when he.
He didn't fight Benavidez at all.
No, it might have been when he was working his way back up.
Maybe.
But he didn't fight him when he had the belt.
Yeah, but anyway, so then they throw Dominic Cruz, who apparently gets a title shot no matter what ever happens, just because
you're on Fox.
Just because he's Dominic Cruz.
And he's on Fox.
You don't have to earn anything. You just get a straight title shot. Yeah, so
those belts look great on Fox.
You're bound determined to fucking get me mad.
I'm sorry, dude. I got to have, it was Yari anger. I want real anger.
Yeah. You all right? Big finish today. Let's see. What are we drinking? I'm going Budweiser today. I'm going All American.
I'm going just liquor ball sandwiches.
Liquor ball, pretty much. Yeah, because there is some Fireball I need to finish up. We need to wrap up the Jack Daniel's rye.
I say we just mix them all in a decanter.
We'll pour them all into one big bowl and put some bread in it. And all right. Yeah, liquor ball sandwiches. All right. Metal side of things. Things to listen to. Things to not listen to. Paul McCartney and his new shit.
Yeah, that is a pick to avoid. But, I'm picking something not metal, and I blame you. I'm going garbage.
Is it garbage?
It's fucking garbage.
All right.
You motherfucker. You for bringing that family back to the dead for me. God, I love Shirley Manson.
Yeah. No, they're still doing music 2 years later.
And that new shit is really good.
It is.
Really good.
Yeah, you might want to check that one out. I kind of had a weird, little... I don't know, reversion today. So probably Soundgarden, early Soundgarden, probably my pick.
Oh, like 89?
Yeah, live maybe. 91, 92.
Soundgarden is one of those bands where, you hear them live, you're really getting the best.
Yeah, because live.
Cornell live is amazing.
Yeah.
From what I've seen on the internet. Never had a chance.
Let's see. In the MMA picks, there are.
I'm picking Willie Whitehead.
We're both
200
Willie
pounds.
Whitehead at 200
200-pound middleweight.
Coming in walking at 235.
Yeah, that dude's a heavyweight fighter fighting a middleweight guy. It's going to be a murder.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shit.
All right.
We're not watching Bellator.
We're fucking not. We're at the very least, if we don't work on some tunes, we'll probably get on the PS4, do some fucking wrestling.
That's right. Yeah. There are more productive things to get done.
Than Bellator. Yeah, fucking
That's
absolutely, right. Yeah. Like, well, let's think about shaving my balls or watching Bellator. Well, guess I got a clean sack.
I was wanting to run a manila envelope right in the middle of the webbings of my fingers. I bet I made, if anyone heard that, I bet I made at least 3 of them cringe.
Yeah, probably. We're getting at least 4 thumbs down from
Good.
you today.
That's what I want.
Look, and that's the whole thing. Thumbs down our podcast or up. I mean, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know how the YouTube algorithm works, but I don't really give a fuck.
I don't. Doing nothing is the worst thing you can do. So thumbs up, thumbs down. That's what we ask for.
Just don't hate.
Because thumbs up's fine. It's fine. The thumbs down means that we struck a nerve with you and we made you our bitch.
That's right. And I can't wait for the thumbs down out of this one.
That's right. Thumbs down, bitches.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
Yeah. So other than that, we're going to go play some cocaine. So
play some cocaine?
Play some coke. Do some cocaine.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love coke.
A little croquet. Get a little wickets.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Maybe it's crickets. Crickets. That's what we're listening to. Get you out. Tool. Make sure to listen to Tool this weekend.
We got coke.
We'll verbally harass you a bunch of ingrates next week.
Thanks for joining.